Have you ever noticed that sometimes the person you care about the most barely even notices you? And the person who texts you every morning, checks on you, listens to you, you somehow ignore? It's weird, it's painful, and it makes no sense until you understand the psychology behind it. Because here's the truth. We don't chase love, we chase validation. I read a comment online that said, "I didn't want him, I wanted him to want me." Most people read it, liked it, and kept scrolling. But thousands of others stopped because they felt it. Because deep down, we remember the people who didn't choose us. We remember the texts that never came, the calls that never happened, the effort that never appeared. There's a feeling in being ignored that our brain can't resist, not because it feels good, but because it feels unfinished. Psychologists call it the pursuit of possibility. The feeling of maybe is addictive. Maybe tomorrow they'll notice. Maybe next week they'll text. Maybe one day they'll finally understand what they lost. And that maybe hits our brain harder than a yes or a no. It's the same reason cliffhangers work, why slot machines make billions, and why mixed signals become emotional cocaine. In 1997, neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz discovered something fascinating. The brain releases more dopamine from uncertain rewards than guaranteed ones. Not "I love you," not "I don't love you," but "I'm not sure how I feel about you." That's the drug, someone wrote. The worst heartbreak isn't when someone leaves. It's when they stay long enough to make you hope, and then never follow through. And if you think about it, that's exactly how most modern relationships work. It's not outright rejection anymore. It's breadcrumbs. Bare minimum effort, just enough to keep you there, but never enough to make you feel secure. It's seen, left on, delivered, typing, then nothing. I'll call you later, but later never comes. No closure, no clarity, just confusion wrapped in affection. Think about your own life. Have you ever chased someone's attention more after they pulled away? Have you ever tried harder after they stopped trying? Have you ever valued someone right after they devalued you? It's not love, it's biology, it's pattern seeking. Your brain wants to finish the story, it wants a satisfying ending, it wants reciprocity. But here's the twist. We don't learn this behavior in adulthood. It starts when we're kids. A child who grows up with unpredictable affection, a parent who is warm one day, distant the next, learns that love is something you have to chase. Psychologists call it anxious attachment. The belief that love is earned, not given. That silence means you did something wrong. That distance means you must work harder. That care is conditional. So when we grow up, we don't pick the person who loves us. We pick the person who feels familiar. And familiar isn't always healthy. Sometimes familiar is chaotic. Sometimes familiar is neglect. I read somewhere, I didn't dream of a soulmate. I dreamed of someone who finally chose me. That line breaks people, because at the end of the day, what hurts most isn't rejection. It's being invisible. Humans would rather suffer for validation than receive love effortlessly. Not because love is boring, but because validation feels like proof that we're worth something. This is why ghosting hurts more than a breakup. This is why being ignored hurts more than being yelled at. Silence makes you create stories in your head. Stories are powerful. And the stories we tell ourselves are always personal. If they didn't choose me, I must not be enough. But here's the twist. Their behavior rarely has anything to do with your worth, and everything to do with their capacity. There's another theory called the scarcity principle. We value what is rare. Attention from someone who gives it freely feels pleasant. Attention from someone who rarely gives it feels meaningful. Your brain assigns value, not based on quality, but based on scarcity, which is a terrible metric for relationships. A post that melts my heart was like this. The person who didn't text me back taught me more about myself than the person who never stopped texting. Because the person who shows up consistently doesn't trigger our survival system, but the one who disappears activates it fully. But here's the part that people don't talk about. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop trying to prove yourself, the moment you let absence speak, something shifts. You start realizing that the person who made you beg for crumbs wasn't special. You were just starved. And here's what's truly wild. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Hate still requires emotion, indifference requires nothing. Chasing someone who doesn't care about you isn't romantic, it's self-abandonment. And the part of you that hurts isn't the part that loved them. It's the part that didn't love yourself enough to walk away. So if you're watching this and there's someone who always makes you question your worth, remember this. Sometimes we're not in love with the person. We're in love with the story of being chosen. But the real story, the healthy one, starts when you choose yourself first. And trust me, that's the one worth finishing.